Hey, what's up, guys? My name is Sumit, and welcome to VisionCG. Few months ago, I have made a tutorial on creating hologram using Adobe Illustrator and Photoshop. So if you follow me on any social media, you know that it was just a part of my artwork called Consciousness Bot Meets AI. Actually, I forgot to make a complete tutorial on how to create the bot and rest of the scene. So this project, Bot Meets AI, is divided into three levels: hologram, bot, and linking them together using rays and some pixel particle effects. I've already shown you how to make hologram of any person you want. If you haven't checked it out, link is in the description. Make sure to check it out, and by the time you're watching it, link to part 3 will also be available there. Too much talking. Let's begin with the project. Creating bot. This is what we are going to create today. I'll teach you how to remove some portion of the image by creating a selection using pen tool, then creating a patch where necessary using clone stem tool, placing machine arm, some shiny transparent plastic like surface to represent skin, using some layer style and some circuit wrapped around it to give that extra detailing, thus making it look more sci-fi, and also some color correction. So grab a whole bucket of popcorn, take a chill pill, and enjoy the tutorial. Let's begin. Create a new document with the following resolution. For your information, my original document is actually 4 times larger than this. This is the image that I've used. This was shot from a cell phone with a 5 megapixel camera with really low lighting. I'm saying this because I know a lot of you out there can't afford some expensive camera, so you can take such shot using your cell phone, but with the stabilize mode on. Make sure you place the light properly to get the fine detailing. And if you do have a camera, please do let me know. I'm little low on budget, like really low, almost negative 100%. Alright, as you can see, I've already removed the background and did not refine mask my hair. I was too lazy to do that. Is this a perfect way to begin? No, but make sure you edge refine your model properly. I'll just drag it out to the main comp. You can see that the image size is way more larger than our original document. We're gonna scale it down, but first convert this layer into smart object. What is smart object? Okay, for those of you who don't know, I'll try to keep it simple so that you can understand it properly. If you work with Illustrator or CorelDRAW, which are vector based, then if you resize any layer, the quality of your artwork or the layer will remain the same, sharp, and the layer or the artwork won't lose its quality. But when you work with Photoshop, which is pixel based, every time you resize your layer, it will change its pixel value. Here is the example. Both the images are same. I'm going to convert this layer into smart object. Just zooming it a bit so that you can see it properly. Right click, convert to smart object. And now I'll scale down both the images to 10%. You can see that when I scale down normal image, the new size is registered as 100%. And what happens if you scale any image more than its 100%? It will be pixelated or blurred, right? So if we scale it up again, then you can see that the image is bit blurred, but the smart object works differently. If you hit Ctrl T, you can see that its width and height value is still at 10%, what we have set early, which is good, because if I scale it back to 100%, then the image quality is the same as it was before. So isn't that helpful? This way you can work in a non-destructive way, especially when you're working with a vector shape or something with really high detailing, like in our case, bot model. And if you want to modify the actual image, just double click on the layer icon and modify it in its own PSV document. Back to our project. Convert the layer into smart object, right click, smart object. Now double click on the smart object icon to open its document. You can see this is the actual width and height of the image. Just moving the document. In the main document, let's rename the layer to bot. It's a good habit to label your layer. And let's scale down the image so it fits perfectly. Now let's go to model document. One thing, before you jump into all the editing process, just take a look at your image and clear out where you want to create the effect. For this, I'm sure I want to work with arms and neck to make it look like a bot. For this tutorial, I'll teach you how to create arm. You can use the following technique to create more variation of bot models, and I would love to see what you have made after following this tutorial. Now the fun part begins. Wait, just before we begin, I just want to share something really serious. Do you know that every 10 seconds a girl learns how to cook, and without any choice, brothers are forced to be her lab rats? Imagine those suffering. Not a single man in this universe is born strong enough to deny his sister's request. So please, if you just pause the video and take some effort to hit that subscribe button next to VisionCG channel name, then it will bring a smile on your innocent face and will be motivated to bring you more beautiful and creative videos like this. Thank you. I don't know why I said that, but hey, you can go and subscribe to my channel. That will definitely bring smile. Yes, and also the motivation. So now we begin to creating bot procedure. Step 1, removing arm. Because I'll be creating a sci-fi arm here, so I won't be needing this actual arm. So I'm gonna cut it off. Not in actual world because I need that, but in Photoshop. Okay, I don't want this actual arm here, but I still want the shape that will be helpful to create our fake arm. We're gonna do it by creating selection. I'm gonna use pen tool for selection. Once you're done selecting, go to Part tab, double click on it, save it. Make sure to click anywhere in the panel to unselect, because if you don't, then the path layer will be active, and if you draw any other path, it will be created on the same path. Like this, and we don't want this. Okay. If you want to be sure, you can create a new path layer, draw a new path and save it. Select both the paths and hold Ctrl and left click on the icon to create a selection. Go to Layers panel, select the layer and click on the mask button. We got hand selection. Select the layer mask and invert the color using Ctrl I. We got rid of the hands. You might end up with some edge problems like this. Don't worry, just use the brush to remove the edge. Select the mask, use black color and start painting. Step 2, patch. Because I've removed the arm, now I'm left with the empty stomach. You get it? Empty stomach. No? Anyone? Okay. We need to recreate the part so that it will look normal, and also when we create the semi-transparent bot arm, we can see the t-shirt part behind the arm. Just a little bit of extra detailing over there. Here's how we're gonna do this. Create a new layer, rename it to patch layer. Just create a simple selection so that you will create a patch within the selection. Select patch tool. Just keep sampling and patching. Use a soft brush to blend it in. Just patch wherever necessary. Step 3. Machine arm. Once you're done patching, let's move to 3D Max to make arm. Because you guys know I create texture of my own. I never ever use Google images. Okay, so how we work on this and this. I think this should work. Yep, let's see. It used to work really. This isn't gonna work, I guess. Guys, I'll pause the video and come back with the perfect render. Okay. What I was doing. Okay. Okay, this looks good. This looks good. Yeah. Wow. Oh, whoa. I'll save that for later. Oh, cool. Okay. Hey guys, sorry to keep you waiting. I've spent a lot of time modeling this and really worked hard to model this. And look, it rendered out so perfect. Don't worry if you're not pro like me, but hey, Sumit Senpai is here to help you out. I'll upload all the images, brush and style used in this tutorial as well as the last part of this concept tutorial, and the download link will be in the description if you want. Everything for free cause I love you guys. Wait a minute, why do we need bottom in first place when all we see is that circuit kind of look? Well, if you look closely you can see the bot arm through the transparent arm surface. That's why. Selecting image. I'm using an adjustment layer called levels just to make the image a bit dark cause it's too much white and bright so that I can see the arm properly. Don't worry, it is not affecting our actual image. This is just an adjustment layer. This is just helping me for the selection. You can use the pen tool to make a selection, but I'm just being lazy here. I'll be using just quick selection tool to make a rough selection. I'm just making a rough selection here, not too much accurate, but you can take all your time to make a proper selection using pen tool. Once you're happy with the selection, press V to select move tool and drag the selection to the bot document and drop it. Simple as that. Let's call it bot arm. Now what we're going to do is place the bot arm where our model arm was. To make it visible only where the actual arm was, we're going to use mask. Create a new folder, rename it. Duplicate the layer before you modify the image. Hide the layer for now. Name it left and right. We need selection. We're going to use the path that we have saved early. Select both the path layer. Hold the control and left click on the icon to create the selection. We have created selection. Select folder and hit the mask button. What it did is created a mask for the folder based on the selection, so we don't have to worry about dealing with a mask on every layer in this folder. I'm disabling mask just so that I can see the image. I'm placing the layer. It's not necessary that you will get the perfect placement at the first try. You need to warp it around accordingly. Once you're done with the placement, we're gonna apply some layer style to this. Just follow the steps. This layer style will be included in the download pack, so just load it. This is how you can load the layer style. Just go to layer, styles, hit the gear icon, click on it, load style. Browse to the layer you want and select it. It will be loaded and will be placed at the end of the layer style preset. Just one thing, this style output may vary depending on your image size. You may have to adjust the value according to your requirement. For example, here is the style that I've created for my original concept art. See, if I just directly apply this, then the output won't be same as I was expecting. I have to adjust the size value and the opacity value of each effect. So understand the concept and adjust the settings accordingly. Step 4. Skin layer. Now we're gonna create the top layer of the arm skin, which consists of two things, circuit pattern and bevel effect. It is really important to keep both arm layer separate because we're gonna use the layer style. So select and paint in both selection on a separate layer. It doesn't matter which color you use because we're gonna change the fill value to 0. Double click on the layer and follow. We want bevel to be enough and smooth. Depth basically means how much strong light or shadow effect you want. Direction down. Size value will determine how long light and shadow will appear. We want smooth round arm, so we're gonna crank up the size completely, and same for the soften value. Shading, angle is angle obviously, and altitude is the height or the distance from the object. Consider it as a radius value here. Change the contour to double ring. You can try out various patterns or create a custom one that you need. If you follow every step, then you will end up with same output, more or less. This layer style is also included in the download pack. Just change the bevel setting to make it look something like this. Now the arm surface part is done. We have to create the circuit warped around arm. This is really simple. This is the circuit image that I've used. Again, I will need the same selection that I've used earlier. I'm going to use the same procedure for this, creating a new folder and applying arm mask. All you can do is duplicate the mask folder and delete all the content. Duplicate the layer. This is the fun part. All you need to do is just warp the texture around the arm, giving it a nice fake 3D effect. Take all the time you want for this, because it looks easy but it's tricky. Change the blending mode to linear dodge add. Once you're done with this, just duplicate the group and move it below the pot arm folder. This will help to create the parallax effect. Adding this will give a nice subtle effect. Just change some warping setting and lower the opacity for the change. Color correction. Okay, we are done with the arm. Now it's time for some basic color correction. Here t-shirt color was actually black, but because of the lighting it looks more like blue and dull. What's important over here is removing unwanted color, noise or any glare. I'm just gonna use the adjustment layer. First I'm gonna desaturate t-shirt color and then darken the t-shirt with the curves. I create a new folder called effects. Add hue and saturation and curves. Again, you will need different settings for your model. We're gonna do more color correction in the next tutorial, which will be the final chapter for this concept, where I'll show you how to import everything and manipulate them in a way that it will look connected and beautiful. That's all for now guys, hope you enjoyed it. Leave a like if you learned something from this tutorial, and what's your thought on this tutorial, please do let me know in the comment section below. And also thank you for supporting my channel. My channel jumped from 11 subscribers to 39 subscribers. Your support means a lot to me, and it's really important because the more you like, the more you subscribe, it will keep me motivated and help in creating more creative videos like this. So subscribe and make sure to turn on the notification so that you'll never miss any updates on this channel. So see you next time. Till then, stay awesome.